mind as, well, the ultimate frontier in performance. And we're doing this through the lens of arguably one of the greatest mountain athletes out there, Kilian Jornet. Yeah, we've got some excerpts from his book, Mind Over Mountain, and also a really interesting Reddit AMA he did. Our goal here is to unpack his maybe surprising ideas about pushing limits, going beyond what our bodies usually tell us we can do. And he kicks things off with this quote that really makes you think. The effects of adrenaline or stress in near-death experiences indicate that we can exert ourselves more than what our body tells us. So, that's quite a statement, especially coming from Kilian Jornet. I mean, this is the Catalan mountain runner, 37 years old. His achievements are just, well, legendary. Think about the double solo ascent of Everest in 2017. No oxygen, no fixed ropes. Or, more recently, 2024, summiting 82 peaks over 4,000 meters in the Alps in only 19 days. Incredible mix of disciplines there. And that's not even mentioning his 11th win at Zagama, or that insane Pyrenees adventure, 177 peaks over 3,000 meters in just 8 days.
It's truly mind-boggling stuff physically. But what's so interesting, as you said, is that he points beyond just the physical. He actually believes that cognitive management, as he called it, is really the next big thing in high performance, not just raw endurance.
Okay, cognitive management. Let's unpack that. What exactly does he mean by it? He talks about this idea of a body central governor, like something in our brain.
Exactly. It's basically your brain acting like an emergency brake, a survival mechanism. Its job is to stop you before you reach total catastrophic exhaustion. And Jornet's argument is that most of the time when we fail or stop, it's not because the system actually broke down, it's because this governor just slammed on the brakes.
Right, that makes sense. From an evolutionary perspective, you need that safety net.
For sure.
But then how do athletes like him actually push past that if there's this automatic brake?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting. Jornet points out that the athletes who perform at the absolute peak often have a higher tolerance for pain, for discomfort. He links this back to what he mentioned in that quote, the adrenaline, the stress hormones you see in extreme situations. Those are clear signals that, yes, we can push harder than our everyday limits suggest. The goal isn't just suffering for suffering's sake, though. It's about a controlled expansion of those limits. Training your mind, essentially, alongside your body. Training that governor.
A controlled expansion. So it's not just about ignoring pain, but understanding it, managing it.
Precisely. It's understanding where that signal is coming from and learning how to negotiate with it, you could say.
Okay, so how much of this ability, this mental fortitude, is something innate versus something you can actually train? Can we all learn to manage our central governor better?
That's a really important question. Jornet definitely isn't saying everyone can or should perform like him, but the underlying principle, that seems universal. He really hammers home the need for individualization. You have to understand your governor, your body's unique responses, your recovery needs. He sees too many people just copying what works for someone else, diets, training plans, whatever, without really analyzing if it fits them.
So it's less about having his specific tolerance, more about understanding your own personal baseline and how to nudge it carefully.
Exactly, understanding your own feedback loops.
So stepping back from elite athletes for a moment, what does this mean for you listening, for everyday challenges?
Well, if you think about it, Jornet's idea suggests that maybe some of the limits we feel in our own lives, maybe hitting a wall on a big project at work, or struggling to stick with learning a new skill, or even just getting out of our comfort zone. Maybe that feeling of, I can't do more, isn't always pure physical or mental exhaustion. Maybe sometimes it's just that central governor kicking in, trying to keep things predictable and safe.
It really makes you reconsider those moments, doesn't it? How often do we stop because we think we're done, when maybe there was actually a bit more in the tank, mentally or physically?